Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back. This is our cozy and realistic no mod series where we play as General of the Minutemen, working to rebuild the Commonwealth one settlement at a time. And today we are continuing our build here up in Far Harbor at Dalton Farm. Last time we worked on this magnificent farmhouse. I love it so much. And this time we might start by scrapping this farmhouse. I'm not entirely sure yet. Now, this isn't Fallout related, but I did want to show off that I have my Metro merch hoodie on today. I do live in the capital wasteland, not up here in Far Harbor in real life. But anyway, grab a Nuka-Cola, grab something cozy for yourself. Let's settle in and get building. Preston is already hard at work, ready to go. I forgot that when we place one of these water pumps, he gets so crazy about pumping it all the time. I did want to revisit this sort of boardwalk. Last time I floated the idea of maybe doing this like a Nuka World style boardwalk, and I'm so happy when I float ideas to you in the comments and you can give me feedback on them, because you pointed out up here in Far Harbor, we're in Vim territory. We aren't in Nuka-Cola territory. And it does feel like it would be a little weird to do Nuka World up here when it should be Vim. So maybe we could do like a Vim vending machine up here. But I think I'm leaning away from the boardwalk idea. I just love what we did with this barn here so much that I kind of want to lean into the idea that like maybe everybody just has, oh, I'll turn on my Pip-Boy light. Everybody just has a cozy house that kind of sprawls to meet each other in the middle here, because I think having a central safe space would be really important, especially in Far Harbor. I do like the idea of a lighthouse. I really do. We did want to move the generator and kind of do Wi-Fi glitches of these street lamps other places. This is just sort of a recap before we get into doing anything new. I like the idea of a lighthouse. I like the idea of some guard towers. Let's start by feeling out a guard tower, because I was wondering if it would feel good to do it with scaffolding like this, or if this would feel too much. We have two people here? We do have two people here. I don't know why their happiness is going down. They should be thrilled. This scaffolding tower, it's such a neat piece. It's so pre-built. But I wonder if that would feel good or kind of too much. If we put it here on the edge of the settlement, it does really work pretty well. I guess we could... Oh, we're outside the buildable area on the edge here. That's all right. The pro of this is that it's already built and it's gorgeous. The con is that we get less customization, because when I was thinking about how I would build sort of a guard tower in my own head on top of something like this, a piece that I would love to use, I think it's in shack walls, are these little corners. So you have your back defended, especially if you have an attack from something that can shoot acid at you the way the Mirelurk Queens can do. You'd want something where you can brace against and sort of, you know, crouch behind, stim pack up before getting back out there. So as much as I like this, and I don't think this is a bad option, I think this is a lovely thing to add in your settlements. But I think for us, let's just feel out how it would feel to do that with scaffolding pieces ourselves. So we'll still be in structures, but not in prefabs. What do these frames look like? Yeah, I think we want these big ones, full square ones. And I like this piece. It feels sturdy. Maybe we don't make ours multi-layered like theirs was, or like the prefab is. Maybe we just kind of do one. How do stairs connect to that? Do stairs connect to that? It does. It did look like it would snap for a second, right, with the green? So it does look like it'll come right off the edge like that. But I did sort of like how the prefab had these smaller pieces that then allow stairs to come off more indirectly. Or we can even do this in multiple layers. I think that's cool. Oh, I think I want the one with the railings, though. I think that'd be better for them for safety reasons. The settlers are not... they're not the brightest light bulbs in the ceiling fixture. What is that expression? Not the sharpest knife in the drawer. Not the sharpest tool in the shed. Let me grab this corner now, because I do want the stairs to sort of start in the ground to give them somewhere to walk up from. That put us a little too close to the fog machine over here. Fog machine, the anti-fog machine, right? This could be a nice brush-free area to place them in. I gotta put a floor here or we'll fall right through. But luckily the scaffolding the scaffolding set has a lot of good things here. And I guess this is what the prefab was doing, but I want the feel of it ourselves. We'll pop that on. And same with these railings. Wow, I really do wonder why happiness is going down. We could do it another level. How high up would it be if we just did this on top? I think this snaps right on top. That's pretty cool. What if it's the taller one though? What's the difference in height? Does that feel too tall? Is that about what the prefab was? No, the prefab is 3 layers. 3 layers of tall things. And they're doing full stairs. Interesting. I think I'd be happy with this 2-layer of tall pieces. What was this other prefab? Oh, this is just a smaller one? That's neat too. It still doesn't solve the problem that I saw of I would like the top part to have some shelter. That feels really tall. That feels taller than this one. I guess it's not. It just feels a little taller because it's skinnier. This would help keep it nice and compact, which isn't bad. Versus this that does add a lot of height. That is kind of what we would want in like a guard tower, right? Let's put stairs around this and just see if it feels less, I think spidery is the word that I'm feeling that I'm trying to avoid. So with that in mind, we'll scrap this part. And let's try and do full stairs. So like this. What does this go to if I let it go up all the way? It should still snap to where I'm at. Yeah. There we go. And now we need a small piece to sort of catch it again on that upper part there. This will snap. That's wonderful. We are floating off the ground, but we knew we would. That's why we do another layer. And this little guy should help us out here. Doesn't want to snap. That's interesting. I feel like this should be pretty easy to snap together. Let's try doing it in 2 parts. Because it'll snap there. Ah, and then we can use that to snap the second part in here. Well, that's lovely. That doesn't feel too tall. I mean, it's tall. Is that music a little loud? It might be a little loud. No, I feel like my voice is still over it. Okay. Yeah, let me turn it down a touch. Okay, I've made the music just a touch less loud. I hope you can hear me. I'm sorry we're not doing this live where you can provide real feedback. Someday, I'll figure that out. Alright, let's do the railings back over here. This floor here, and the same 2 little railings on the side. It's interesting, it's giving me like 2 snappable places for it. You see what I mean? It'll snap here and it'll snap right here. I wonder what the difference is. They both seem pretty close. I guess it's snapping to the scaffolding structure versus the flooring itself. I wonder if we could use that somehow. Okay, now that we're here at the top, this is where I was wondering if we could do those little corner bits. And I'm realizing in this moment, I don't know if that'll work within a scaffolding floor, but we could always do them supported but on the outside. So let me pull up the walls again. Just to see, will this snap to anything? It will snap out here. That is neat. And that's kind of what I wanted. So let's get rid of this little tiny one. Ooh, would I like this better as a shack floor? Will it snap in here as a shack floor? I don't know. I don't have anything against using a scaffolding floor. The shack floors sometimes just seem more complete. Let's pull one up and we can do it side by side. I keep trying to get out of structures, but scaffolding still exists here in structures. Oh, these are identical pieces. These are just mirror image. Are, like, for real. That's right, you got the one white piece that just feels to be mirror imaged of the other one. The scaffolding floor is an exact flip. That's too funny. Wow, is there any difference? I want to say maybe like the metal bit on the corner, but that's so similar. I thought we were going to get more of a difference there. All right, let's come down here just so we can see it. I think if I was going to do like part of it with the walls that would provide more coverage, it would be either on the right side or the back side, as long as people could still climb the stairs under it. So let's grab a little wall. Oh, that's so good. That's awesome. Oh, I'm glad we did this custom because that's gonna be so cool. Not that one. On this side facing out over the settlement, I do want them to have access so we can put the turrets and stuff. I guess this is the lowest wall that we have, but then the turrets would probably do better sitting on top of something. There's not really a way to do the wall without the wall part. Except for this guy, if we could snap it to something. I want to make sure this side has shelter, like somewhere they can actually hide. Because the back side, this side, I want to use the scaffolding long railing for. Yeah. That, and then maybe, can we fit a smaller piece in here? Lovely, those will just touch each other. Just kiss up against each other. I want the half wall, these little pieces, yep, to fill in that gap. And is that the right size? Yes, it is. Wonderful. So this would be just enough for them to sort of take cover if something's coming up from this side. Looking out over here, I would love if the turrets could go here, but how do we make that happen? Let's try using a little quarter piece here in the bottom, and we'll stay in shack wall, and then maybe we try this piece? We've had weird issues with these pieces. I know we did before too, where we just were at Murkwater Construction. Gosh, I loved our build at Murkwater Construction. We didn't actually assign any raiders there, which maybe we should go back and do, but I think, I don't want to curse myself by saying this, but I do think that it's helped us with the camera lagging and stuff. Not to have settler AI running around at the same time. What did these things snap to? Did we figure that out? Are they meant to be the side piece of these pieces? I feel like we figured this out and then I immediately forgot the lesson. Oh, yeah, they are meant to be the side of these pieces. Okay. Well, we could do that. We'll move this out of the way for a sec. And we'll use this piece to kind of coax this into place. Will that work? We can try a few different things here. Will I be able to do this scaffolding floor sort of half off? If I do these all like this, I'm not worried because it will be easy to put these floors back into place. We're not doing anything fancy with them. This wall doesn't want to go there. All right, that's fine. You don't have to. I don't want an upper floor. I just want a regular floor. Regular floor will go there. Wonderful. We are puzzle piecing this together. So this then should be able to go there. Why doesn't it want to go there? Are we butting into something that I can't see? Is it the railing itself? If I move this, will I be able to pop it back into place? I know I said we weren't doing anything too destructive. We'll be able to put this back, but now I am. Okay. Because what I would love is to use these the actual corners, shack wall corners, to be able to add a roof where the turrets can kind of sit out of. Like that. And now will this go here? I don't think it'll corner up to this piece. Okay. How do I make a corner go there? I'm in my brain, I'm like flipping through all the pieces that we have and we don't have. We have this piece that goes like this. Is this enough that we can snap a shack wall to? Because then the corner can be the part to the right. It seems to just want... Let me store you out of the way and store you out of the way. It just wants something to grab onto. I mean, don't we all? Don't we all just want something solid to brace ourselves against first? I don't know what the difference between these two pieces are. I hope I like this after all this effort. Oh, I do. I love it. That's the perfect little outlook spot for a turret to sit. How lovely. All right, we'll scrap that, scrap this, scrap this. Let's build back up from the bottom to make sure that our scaffolding pieces can come back into existence here. We'll grab, it was this guy that lived here. Oh, perfect. Oh, that is just lovely. And then we'll grab this big piece. Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness. Now we can come back. Oh, no, before we come back into shack to put the wall back, let's grab our long railing back. That doesn't seem to have two snap points. That just has one. And that's all right with me. Now we'll come back into wood. What wall did we pick before? Oh, I thought I had stored it, not scrapped it, but... Now, can this come back here? Yes, it can. Oh, just lovely. Alright, now we'll put these side doors on. Oh, I hope this fits still with the corner out of place like that. We can pillar glitch it if it doesn't. I'm not really worried. Because I guess that's where a corner is meant to be. Yeah, I know we're using them not in the intended way, but I do really want a shack wall here instead. Alright, we've got to go downstairs to grab this with a pillar, but we can easily do that. That's awesome. Look at that. That gives our turrets such good access over here. We can probably do another one over here, maybe even on a table or something. Oh, this is great. That's awesome. Do we want a little more support for it? Because now those bits that have popped off are just a little bit unsupported. And we could probably support them in some way. Just like this. Oh, maybe they won't be able to snap because the corners are on top. Those corners are weirdly finicky. I don't feel the need to fight them. Although it does make me think that maybe this frame would be better served by being the one with more support, which I know we decided against earlier, but I didn't realize all the stuff it was going to need to support. Yeah. Okay, that feels better. That's great. Let's just come out of the way so we can do our pillar glitch trick to grab the half wall piece. And it should be going this way. There we go. Pop that down. Let's grab a pillar. And we don't need to like sink it or anything. We just need to place it, which does make this a little easier on us. And we're going to use the conduit junction like we do, just to get a little more reach on these things. I want the group select, yeah, to also select the conduit. And we'll place it just so it can grab both. There we go. That should be enough to make this work for us. I know it's getting dark already. We started this day kind of at noon, which I knew was going to mean we would run out of time. But that's all right. Oh, yeah. It might be a little tall, but I don't think you'd notice. Oh, come on. That's so perfect. I love it. We can finish up here and then sleep in the house we finished last time. Let's do, this is the perfect place for a heavy machine gun turret. If it isn't red, why is it red? Probably because it doesn't want us to poke it off the edge, but that's just fine. As long as they're in these spots we've designated for them, I'm happy. This one really doesn't want to find a spot though, does it? That's odd. We've had some issues with these before. I don't know why. If we've got a pillar glitch, we've got a pillar glitch, and that's okay. Can these be rug glitched? Let's go into decorations. I'm kind of assuming not. But let's try the welcome mat over here. Can I grab the welcome mat under the turret or no? Ooh, it's making that real hard. Oh, there we go. Nope, that was just the turret again. Maybe I need a bigger mat. Oh, but it does grab it. Oh, we can get this right up on the edge then. What's gonna happen if I... Oh, I don't like the way that has turned. I want it to be more like this. How's that range of motion? Spin back to the left. Now it's a little too far to the right. I don't want it to be like aiming at people or things it shouldn't, you know? I can't grab the mat again. We're gonna try again with this. Because I'm realizing we might need to leave the mat in place, which means that we should use a rubber mat, just so it feels more intentional. Alright, there's a floor mat. Let's grab... No, let's not grab this one because I don't know which way it's facing. Let's grab a fresh one. If we're gonna leave the mats there, it should look intentional. So we'll place it on the center of the mat. Nope, because then I can't grab it. That's the problem. Wow, that's so weird. It really doesn't want me to grab just the mat. What happens if I scrap the mat now? From our other experiments with this, it does kind of seem like it just sinks the thing a little bit more. Let me see if I can even grab it to make that possible. All right, hold your breath. Oh, lovely. Oh, come on. That could not have been more perfect. Man, sometimes you get lucky. What a gift. That dopamine from getting it working almost makes up for all the times that it comes so close to working and not. Which I know we could use mods. We could use like the place everywhere and stuff to make this a little simpler. We are coming up on finishing all the settlements, and I have toyed with the idea of maybe once we do that, maybe we start them all again, but with mods this time. We could just keep going by restarting. We could also do a Fallout 3 playthrough, which, like I said at the beginning of this video, I'm a big fan of DC. It would be so fun to play Fallout 3 again. Maybe that's what we do when we finish New Vegas. Let me know what you would like. Oh, I don't want to scrap the machine gun. It keeps grabbing something else. I need the turret to... Yep, there we go. Oh, gorgeous. Gorgeous! Oh my goodness. Alright, we'll finish up here, and then we'll sleep and get out of the way. That's some good defense. I love it. We'll come in furniture. Let's do containers. Let's grab... Yeah, I've been picturing this wide one in my head for this space. That's good. And then I think over here is just seating. It could be a bed, but I don't think people should be sleeping up here. I think they would do shifts in the other houses and then come up here. I think the turrets would be too loud too. But that doesn't mean that they can't have some comfort up here. So let's find some chairs. Oh, I like the patio chairs because it feels outdoorsy, but also comfortable, you know? Like just the metal chairs, they don't feel as comfortable to me. We could do the blue one, and I think, yeah, there's a red one. We'll do blue and red, so it still feels kind of scrappy pulled together. And then probably some kind of table in between them for like a candle or an oil lantern, because I don't think we're gonna do an electric light up here. Oh, I do love the patio table. Too big. This guy feels solid. Yeah, good and blocky. Anything else miscellaneous make sense up here? No, I don't think so. But let's come into decorations, because I do think that a weapon rack would make sense up here. That won't go above the cabinet. We can do 2 short ones. That's nice. That's lovely. Let's do oil lamp. Oh, there we go. That's just charming, isn't it? Let me come out like that. Yeah. It's occurring to me that we could do a roof over this whole thing. How do we feel about a roof? Because if you're stationed up here for guard duty, you wouldn't want it to rain on you. I mean, ideally. And it doesn't have to be complicated. It could just be this. We would need a pillar or something here. And I know these corners don't line up with it. That's okay. I'm okay with that. We could even do a taller one, so it doesn't feel as weird that it doesn't line up. Or does that feel more or less weird? I think that feels less weird to me because it's intentionally a gap here, but then it's a gap, and what's the point of a roof if we have a gap? Oh, what about this one? I don't know that it feels as connected. What about this? Same intentional gap. Same metal as this piece. And let's place a pillar of some kind, just so we can see what that feels like a little more supported. Let's try it with the ball track supports, just because they're wood, but I think we'd need to sink these into the ground to make them read better. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna play here. But a pillar might. Let's go into the barn set and see if we can grab the white wooden pillar. Same issue. Oh, but this doesn't want to sit here at all. Maybe that's what I was seeing? No. Let's try placing the roof after. Oh, wait, where is it going there? Where... What are you snapping to? Oh, the... That's interesting. The floor itself. That looks pretty close to the corner to me. I know it's too big. Yeah, that's not gonna play well. Okay, hold on. I really want some kind of support here for it. It's not the wooden pieces. It could be a half wall, but I don't think it is. It's not something in metal. Is it something in warehouse? I don't want to add too much here. We might go back to not having a roof at all. Yeah, that's not... I want that to work. But sometimes wanting is not enough. I wonder if we could pillar glitch the ball track supports. Let me get that scaffolding out of the way for a sec. Let's set up a pillar glitch with the ball track supports. I don't know if this is gonna work. I'm just wondering if we pillar it, if it'll be more willing to intersect with the roof. Let's come down to the road, actually. That's a slightly flatter surface. Like that. I'm actually impressed we haven't been attacked by anything yet here. Not to jinx it, now that I've said that. Let's grab the conduit. Maybe it is just wishful thinking, but I do think the conduit helps us grab things sometimes. I think this should be a little lower. We really want to target them being equally high. All right, let's try that. That's so cool. Just seeing the structure kind of in the background. That's so cool. All right, now, did that help at all? It might not have. Interestingly, this doesn't seem, oh, no. It goes green there. So why not here? What are we hitting here that we're not hitting here, for example? We're definitely intersecting the roof of that other part right here. Okay. Let me reposition myself. It's not even the roof I think it's hitting, because this isn't green either, coming out over here. Let me store the cabinet. And just for the sake of giving us a better shot, let me store that too. Let's take this with us. Because if we can rebuild these parts down here, we could snap it all back together at the top. But it's not going to do that easily. Why doesn't that wall want to snap to the roof at all? Alright, that's where we want it. So now if I scrap this, and now do this, let's try sinking the post a little bit. Sometimes that gives us access we didn't have before. Because sometimes it is okay intersecting, right? Like right at the edge there, it looked fine. If we can get it close enough, I actually think that could work. That's not bad. If this whole thing could come back into place, I don't think it will snap. I think we'll have to keep it pillar positioned. But it's close enough that that might not bother me. Alright. Come here. Oh, we're just a little tall, which actually makes sense because the pillar was sunk when I grabbed it. Let's fix that. And try again. Yeah, this is up all the way. Will this still grab things as we expect them? Yes, but it won't sink, which should be okay because we're not trying to sink. We're just trying to place. Okay. The trick is really just going to be, can the roof look close? And I think it's gonna. That seems pretty close to me. Can I get that even closer? I wish I could see all the corners of the roof, but I cannot. That feels aligned. Oh, we're really going kind of blind here. I can't tell. Where can I be that this will be the best chance of positioning? Here might be okay. That could be it. That's either really close or not close at all. And unfortunately, I don't know which one it is. Let's try that. Oh! Oh, that's lovely. I think we did it. We'll scrap the post. We'll scrap the conduit junction. That looks really good. I know it's floating a little. I think it was always going to float a little. I feel okay with that. Let's grab the scaffolding railing back. I think we'll be able to fit, yep, this one and this one. And will the cabinet go back in place? We did have some wiggle room with the cabinet. Can you tell how happy I am? Can you sense it through the screen? Oh, I hope you can, because that is just lovely, and I feel so full of joy looking at it. That's magnificent. We've got the little Minutemen station here. Oh, do we need a flag? I don't think so. I think we have enough going on here. We could do a flag at a different layer of it, or even just a flagpole next to it. Oh, look at the moon. Gosh, this game is beautiful. That's awesome. We gotta sleep to see it in the daylight, but that's awesome. Oh, it's so dark in here. Wow, we spent more time on that than I meant to, but I think it turned out so good. Can't even be mad at that. Oh, Preston, hello. How you doing? Great. Oh, come on. That's gorgeous. I love it. Oh, incredible. I think I love it just as is. There's nothing else. There's nothing else I need to do there. It looks like a tree house. That's lovely. That took up more time than I thought it would. We might have time just to start setting the groundwork for something else. I don't really want to scrap this now because I love keeping it as inspiration. Look at the sale sign. We could let's keep our bearings. Let's plan on what we're going to do next. And then maybe now is a good place to stop because we've got that gorgeous structure going on. That's a win if I ever saw one. This is so good for us to take inspiration from. I really do like the red. We could do another barn. Like I said, sort of at the beginning of this video, we could focus on just making these very rich, cozy houses so that people are comfortable sheltering in place when something's going on and meeting sort of in this central community space. If all of them have like a patio that faces this way, I think that'd be awesome. It'd just be like a natural sort of, the community sprawls out from these central places. But I do want everybody to feel safe inside their homes. Homes being said though, I like the sale sign. I like the idea that we could have like a proper shopping mart in here because we do have these shelf pieces that exist. Oh, and the shelf pieces are so cool. I can't go out that door, can I? Odd spacing. And I like that this is just sort of one level. Oh, that would be so cool. Can we scrap this tree if we wanted to make a bunch of homes face the central area? Yeah, we could. Wow, happiness is still dropping. We could scrap that tree too. This was just some weird foundation that sort of fell apart, so we could do that again. Oh, there are people. Why are you guys unhappy? They won't tell us. Might be the dead bodies. You never know. Wow, okay. So I do like the idea of keeping this central area kind of the farm and the comforting places. This hill could lend itself to a multi-story farmhouse, which I think would be awesome. Because imagine, oh gosh, imagine a house where we're using let me find them, these slanted pieces, but on purpose. Do these line up with the scaffolding floor? I don't think I'd get lucky enough that they do, right? We don't have a floor that lines up with that slant. Before I write that off completely. We don't have a slanted floor, but we do have in scaffolding these. That's the same angle. Oh, you guys, that's the same angle. We could do, I'm not saying we'll do this now, but if we want to go with this plan of just community living together, which I think is such a good theme up here in Far Harbor. What did I just say? My brain went blank. Could you see that in my face? Blank. And then like floor. And floor. It's not going to be a perfect coverage. But I just want to explore what we can do here. This would be like a solid wall on this side. And then a slanted wall on this side. Does that work? This might be in the way. And then another solid wall on this side. Does that work? I don't know if that works. This should be able to snap on top of here. I'm saying a lot of shoulds. And a lot of shoulds in this game do not work the way that you would expect them to work. But that's okay. Because we are just exploring. We are just feeling things out. And this really is just to explore to see if we could set ourselves up for something really cool next time. Because that's a really cool house shape. And this snap here. Yeah. I'm not sure the settlers would walk on this in the ways that I want them to. But can you imagine? I just want to see if I do these floors instead. This is going to be in the way now. Let me just move it out of the way. Oh, I know I said I wanted to explore the idea of a shop, and I do. But now I'm exploring this idea of a split level house to get over this weird hump. That's exactly what I wanted it to do. I don't think it'll snap here. Will this floor shift to snapping here? There's gonna be a gap in the middle, just a little bit. That's stupid fun. I'm so charmed by the idea of a house that's split inside like this. This would be such a marvelous way to use this terrain and still follow this idea of a central meeting place, safe farmland where you're surrounded by the buildings. So if you do get attacked by any animal here, you can run inside, you can come to your neighbors easier. Everybody, instead of having these small little shacks that we usually do, would have a safe place like this house, for example. They have their own farm, they have their own kitchen, they have their own storage, they have their own bedroom. If they need to shelter in place, they can in more comfort. Maybe that'll get the happiness of these settlers back up a little bit. But I think that's a good place to pause for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments. And if you didn't, give it a thumbs down and let me know in the comments what I could have done better. Reading your comments is my favorite part of every week. You guys are the best. I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
I got word of a settlement that needs our help. I'll mark the location on your map.